All right, guys, gals, welcome back to SOS. I'm Staff Sergeant Badass. Today we've got another knife from Tops Knives. They support the channel. I support them. Be sure to go check out their website and find one of their amazing knives to purchase. Today, I've got a, man, they make the craziest stuff. So I've got another one for you. I'm all about self-defense. Being able to protect yourself, be able to fight back. Also, it kind of falls back into what you have on your person. What do you have on you when you go out? And in the event that something happens, it's going to be about what you have on you at the moment for your chances of survival. It could be your memory. What you remember, you could use weapons of opportunities, but why do all that when you already have it on you? So you don't have to worry about all the extra steps involved in that. You can just have it on your person at the time you start the situation. So that's where this guy comes in. I'm all about like Tops Knives. Poker, that's another great one. There's so many knives from them, but I like this one here, and I want to give this one a shout out because I'm going to make some stuff for it. Now, I do custom leather work. I don't do just any custom leather. I'm opening this up while I'm talking to you. I don't do just any custom leather work. I don't do your simple little taco folded whatever with some art on it and crap. I do crazy stuff. It's got to be crazy. A whole lot of interesting stuff all rolled into one. So we're going to be doing that today with this. I'm going to make this another hybrid, possibly a hybrid. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But my ideas for this will give you an idea to be able to make something yourself, to be able to carry those extra items you wanted to carry with your blade, whatever blade you're carrying. This is going to be incorporated into some type of neck knife. They all come with oil. I want to point that out before I get started. I like the way it always comes with. These are some of the best whistles you can get. They actually have those with their logo on it and phone number. There's a little slip. I gotta take that slip out. This is the way the guy comes. That thing is sleek. And this was designed, you can buy this just the way it is and just clip it on your waist. You could even get a ferro rod that just clips onto it. You could do all that stuff. But I want to take it a step further in this video. Knife itself, the Reaper. It's your Grim Reaper. Look at that thing. And they've got different styles of this, so you don't have to go with the one I have in my hand right here. You can go with something a little bit different from their website because there's so many different models. But that thing would puncture a freaking car hood. That thing is freaking solid. It's got a lot of heft going on back here. Plenty of space. You can use it as a freaking hammer if you needed to. And now throwing, I don't think throwing is an option for something like this. So someone's going to ask, because I do have folks that throw knives. There's channels that I follow and they follow me that throw knives for a living. So in my opinion, I don't think I'd want to throw that, but somebody would try that. I'm sure. Made in the USA. That's what it's all about right there. Buy US, then you don't have to worry about shipping problems. All right, let's show you it on the table. Let's get the measurement. Now this thing is slick. Just seeing it there on the table, you know what you're getting. I like these, the serrated portions of it. They made these simple so that you can easily sharpen them. It's not something it's designed to help open the wounds more if you had to use it as a weapon. This could also be used as an everyday knife. The way it's designed, you could use this easily for all type of knife functions. You could even use it as a type of a skinning knife. I mean, I've used stuff like this as skinning for a skinning knife because it does have a little bit of an arch to it. It doesn't have as much arch as you would use in a skinning knife, but you could if you wanted to. To each his own, right? There's more than one way to skin a cat. All right, we're not eating cats here. Look, this isn't Haiti. All right. So let's get our length out here. Just drop that in. It's about 4 inch, about a good 4 inch blade, a little bit less So you wouldn't get in trouble carrying this around anywhere. So for those of you that work in government and you're concerned about the length, you could potentially get away. Yep. Because it stops right there. Because you got to make sure you know your blade. So at 3.5 of, probably less than that if you want to get technical with blade length, so you don't get in trouble. So that keeps you in the legal limits, keep you out of trouble federally if you wanted to wear this everywhere. In case you walk into some building, oh crap, I forgot I had this thing on. You know what I mean? We all have that situation from time to time, especially if you're a veteran or law enforcement. Now, but law enforcement, I guess it doesn't really matter. Now, from here to here, like your grip section wise, it's going to be awkward, but that's about what you're going to have. 2 inches from here of stability. And then if you want to come from this direction, try and give you an idea. I like to give that information. 3 inches for anyone who's trying to buy one of these and they're like, they really want to know. That's about 3 inches, something like that. Helps you out if you're trying to figure out where you want to put something like this. Some people wear these on their belt. Some people wear these around their butt, at their belt buckle, kind of like this, and you can just pull it out. I've seen that done several times with this particular knife, used as a belt buckle right in front of the belt buckle, or just beside their EDC, or to the left. You keep your firearm on the right. Have this on the left-hand side where you can get to it in case someone's trying to get your firearm. You can grab this and give them a old poke to get them back. So, gosh, I mean, there's just so many uses for this thing. You can go on and on. Now, I want to do something, you know how my style usually gets. He gets a little crazy. So, I want to do something like this. So, you drop this in. See how it snaps? Snaps in there pretty solid. So, I want to... so we're gonna, their Kydex is really good. I never had a problem with their Kydex, so I always incorporate their Kydex when I'm building one of these, because it just makes sense. They already have good quality Kydex, so it's just, you're just adding to it. I'm going to be losing this, so we won't be doing the clip, which is a really good clip, but we're going to be losing it. Going to be losing this, and then over here we're going to build some stuff to make this our own. I've got a variety of stuff picked out I'm going to walk you through, and before we, but a simple system that you'll be able to make at home that you can put on yours and make your own neck knives. I'll show you the paracord, how to do all that swift stuff to make it your own, and all that stuff. So we'll walk through. We're going to be using a small Altoids tin, one of the very small ones. So I won't be getting all this stuff in there, but I want to kind of go through. My kid was helping me out. They threw 2 of these up here. They threw a bunch of stuff up here. I don't know if I'm going to be needing that. That's just an extra thing. This cordage works really good for a lot of projects. I'm going to be taking my for fishing hooks and everything else, broadheads. I'm going to be getting them out of here. These are all titanium, so they'll last forever. But I'm going to break down. I'm just going to take the small ones. I'm not going to be taking the large ones, because I'm using a small Altoids tin. I just need a couple to put in there. And then there's going to be the fire starting stuff. These are the magnesium capsules that'll burn through 2x4s. So we're just going to have a couple of those in this kit. I'm not going to be using this ferrule rod. I'm going to go with something from Buck. I'll bring it out in a second and show you guys in the project. It actually has a whistle incorporated in it, because I was going to do something like this where it had the whistle and the compass all in one, but I didn't want to go with a whole bunch of titanium items, because this is another titanium item. The titanium gets kind of heavy. It's indestructible, but it just gets kind of heavy, so I don't know if I'm going to be using that. Flashlights, I'll probably go with something like this. And specialty tools, I might use a Griffin tool. I'm considering using a Griffin tool. I've got like 1,000 different sizes of Griffin tools down here in my, my little hideaway. So I've got like everything from their like super large Griffin tool to their mini Griffin tool. And then I've got titanium specialty tools that I don't know if I'd want to use. But it's all about, and you know, fiddling around with stuff. Compasses, I don't know if I'm going to go with anything that big, but that just gives you an idea of stuff you can use. Fishing kit for sure will definitely go in. Sewing kit will definitely go in. Fire starting will definitely go in. Towelette, definitely. Aqua tabs, yes. Zip ties, I don't know. I'm just putting them to the side. Strike anywhere matches, I like to break them down and then put them in there. Survival saw, I like to break these off. I take this down to where it's just the saw itself, and I put it inside the tin. Also, that's a small ferrule rod you can use, but I don't know if I'm going to be using that. I'm going to incorporate inner tube. I've got smaller inner tube, really tiny stuff. I'll show you doing that, but you put inner tube on each side, it protects this, and then you sort of put a zip tie around this until you're ready to use it, or you can just use a bread tie. But we're going to incorporate something for a lighter. And then another thing that I like to use is guitar picks, the melanoid, whatever stuff that thing's made of. I can't remember exactly, but this stuff is super duper flammable. I know someone always wants to see. It's an interesting little tool. Another little pocket doodad. It's a pocket knife. Get it? Pocket knife. You don't need a whole lot of this stuff. I have to be careful with this stuff here. It's so freaking flammable. Probably shave up a little bit more. There we go. Try and get it together here. Let's see, where's my little pocket lighter? Didn't show quite how flammable that is, but if you know what I mean. That was probably the easiest way of showing it, but that's how flammable those things are. But that's these guitar picks here. I think it came as a accident on stage. A guitarist was playing, and he had his cigarette in one hand, and he happened to start playing again, and he had his cigarette, and it actually touched it, and then the guitar pick actually caught fire, and he threw it out in the crowd, and everybody went wild. But that's where that kind of came from. That's how it accidentally had gotten discovered by so many people. Now this little kit here, I'm going to incorporate this somehow. I'm going to break this thing down. But that's got, this is an escape tool. It's got something for picking locks. More items for picking locks. This is also your handcuff key. And I don't think there's anything in here. I know the cord itself, there's nothing in there. The cord itself can actually cut through items because it's made of Kevlar. And Kevlar, you know, you just keep scissoring it back and forth. But Kevlar has a lot of uses, and I was going to incorporate it into my neck band. And I'm going to be jacking this whole system. I'm taking this out. We're going to use that in the kit, and all the lock picking items I'm going to take from this. But I can't tell you exactly where I got that escape tool. I've had it for a long time. I've always wanted to incorporate it into something. The beads I'm going to break down, and we're going to break this down and put it into the necklace itself. That's a pace counter, so your necklace will actually be a pace counter. And you got a whirl pack for water. You know, put these two together. You got, well, these three together. And you got yourself a good system there to get some water. I'm going to do, this one is, I don't know if I want that one, but the Medilite, this stuff here, you take these to get your electrolytes. If you're concerned about your hydration, you can take these. So that goes with water. It's kind of like Pedialyte. You know, you ever heard of Pedialyte? Well, this is the Medi. It comes in pills. So it's just something else. There's some gauze pads. And I've got antiseptic wipe. There's plenty of room for that. And just a bandage. And then some lip balm. That comes in handy for a lot of different things. And then you got some aspirin. I had And not just, this one's like hand sanitizer, but I had some antiseptic ointment. I need to get the ointment. I thought I had it in the drawer over here, but I didn't have it. But these are great. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to fit of these, but I threw 2 of them down here in case I can fit both of them in that little Altoids tin. That's a suppressor band. It's supposed to light up when you shoot a rifle, but I like them as bands. I know they're just the color and the strength. They're much more durable. They last longer. They're stronger than any other band, but they're suppressor bands. They're meant to show you if a suppressor is hot or if it's cold. It lights up. It's this color when it's cold, lights up like neon orange when it's hot, or lime green, one or the other, when a suppressor's hot. But these work better for holding things together, and that's what I'm going to put around it when I'm done. Here's an example of a lock. I have another one coming I want to show you that I just got. This is from Olight, but I like this style, just the strength of it, because what it does, it's magnetic, so you can put it around your neck and then it'll clip. But this is the type of stuff I use for neck connections, and then you can do that. So if someone's yanking on it and you need to try and get it off, if you undid that, you just pull it like that. So it would come off real easy. So it just clasps like that. You lock it, but it unlocks real quick. All you got to do is just like that. It's a safety thing, but it stays on your neck so you don't lose it. But when you're getting choked to death, you can undo it quickly. You know what I mean? So it gets it off your neck. Because people like to take advantage of you when you're wearing stuff like that. That about sums up most of this stuff. Let's get started and make something happen. Another tool I haven't shown on the channel to add the titaner. It has a smaller, it clicks at about 4 inches or so. It's about 4 inches, but it has smaller measurements in there for something smaller you need to measure, but it'll click, and you can do, like, say, a yard, it would like click like 12 times, and then like for like 12 inches it would click like 3 times. It'll start here and you can feel it. Click, click, click. Stopped at 12. It's a measuring device. I thought it was neat. I like little compact tools like that, and figured I'd throw it in there. I've also got another tool I got to show you. Next thing I have to do is make this necklace for it. This is an outdoor gear cord. It's got Teflon cord, fire cord. It's got fishing line, snare wire, whole nine. So I'm going to be using this. First thing you're going to want to do is start your beads. I'm doing 5 on one side, and I'm doing 9 on the other. That clock's 3 miles. This is a sun calendar. I'm going to add this as well. I want as many tools as I can think of. If you put these at the base, and then you hold this in the sun, it will show you what time it is. So, cool little gadget. It'll look something like that. Just take the loop end, go through the hole, and when you swing it up, and then you pull this through, and then set this little guy on top. Now you can do this with one of those glow-in-the-dark rings. You can get one of those on Amazon. You go to my Amazon store, I got a bunch of that weird stuff. But it's like a rechargeable kind of glow-in-the-dark thing. You just hold it in the sun, it'll charge back up, and it'll start glowing. It's kind of neat when you wear one on your necklace. You kind of walk out in the sun for a while, and then you go indoors, and it dim lights, and everybody sees like, oh wow, that thing's glowing. Yeah. For the next part here, you're going to take your locking mechanism that you're going to use, because you've got all this done now. Now you just have to run your cords through here, and I'll show you the next step. Now this next part here, you get it in there, you separate them, separate your connection. kind of put it around your neck and see about where you want it at. So once it's together, and then being able to loosen it to a point, right about here would be good. You want to have enough cordage in case you need cordage. So bring it to right about here. You kind of take these and go up and down a couple of times, but you want to go up to here, and then you're going to come here. So you can build yourself a little 3. Should have 3 by the time you're done. Come down, go up, and then you just take it and you start going around just like that. But you want to make sure you do this so that you can use all of it and it doesn't look dumb. You know what I mean? So you're just going to keep wrapping it, and then you get all the way to the end of it, and then I'll show you how to close it up. Now that it's at the end, you see what I've got here. This can all be adjusted and tightened. I can tighten this top part by pulling here, right about there. That'll tighten up that top part. You see it's starting to curve. It's getting real tight. And you take this guy here and you pull it through. Just kind of hold it there with your fingers, and then you got to find the one that goes to that and pull it back through. Get it tight, and once that's tight, you're going to want to seal the deal here. Let's see, that's probably too much to try and burn. I'm going to burn it closed, but I got to cut this end off. And you can always super glue that so it doesn't move. You don't want to ruin your paracord though. Sometimes gluing things can cause problems with your paracord. When you get like a little bit on one end, you end up with a it ends up running more than you think. See, it makes kind of a noose, but it makes it an adjustable necklace. So you take this, you got it tight, now you can just pull it. So now you have an adjustable necklace. If anyone grabs your necklace, it'll adjust. Then you can slip right out of it. But this allows you to have extra paracord. Now I just have to figure out the other side. That's usually the hard part, is trying to get both of them to match. It takes you a few tries. I've had to do these like twice. I'm gonna go ahead and clip that together, and then I'll set them side by side like this. And now this one's gonna look different. It's metal, magnet sticking. This one's gonna look a little bit different because, as you can see, there's a shorter amount of beads on one side, so it's going to come up more, which is fine. So you're going to come down here, bring this over to here, and then we're going to try and figure out where were we, you know what I mean? So just bring it up to here. So we're going to say right about there. So since we're right about there, we'll go ahead and start. Let's see, should I go left or right? I think I'm going to go right or left, as you were. Now that I've got that figured out, push the button on this thing and release it. I almost had it. There it goes. Get it out of the way. And you just, all you do is just wrap it. You just wrap and you go all the way down to the other end. But if you pull, but like I said, if you pull this one here, it goes to this. It'll shrink this. And then if you pull this one here, that goes to this. I know it seems weird. And the other half of this is this. So that locks it in place. But it's a cool way to make a necklace so you can carry paracord. Plus it's comfy. It doesn't, it's not thin on your neck. So a lot of people would say, oh, that's a lot of weight to carry in your neck. You won't feel it. You won't feel it because this dang thing's so thick. You just, you know, it's like padding. It feels like padding. But yeah, I gotta get this one wrapped up and I'll show it to you. A little bit of, my kids, a little bit of moisturizer here for the leather. You want to soften it up. It's gonna be real stiff, so you got to make sure. Plus, it looks nicer. That all looks a lot better. There's my blade pocket in there. There's a pocket for this blade over here. Got another tool. I gotta be careful not to touch everything. And I wanted to carry more tools with this, so I got a spot for a flashlight. I gotta get some. So you gotta get stuff in there. This is what I use one of these cleaning things. I've always used the same one for years. Been doing since I started doing these videos of these things. I've been using the same tools, same techniques. This here, I need to loosen that up. Kids are going crazy, man. They're having a blast though. Yeah, just see, rammed right through there. It came right out, and that puts a conditioner in there too. Try and show that. It's going to make it last over time too. It kind of waterproofs it. I know someone's going to ask that. Yeah, it kind of waterproofs it. But main thing is it makes it soft. It's kind of like a catcher's mitt. This is what you do with catcher's mitts. Well, now I've got to wipe it down, kind of dry it off, and it'll be ready for me to stuff everything in there. One little piece at a time, getting installed. See, I've drilled little holes in here because if you get one of these buck ferrule rods with the whistle, it's got these little notches that's meant for kydex. But if you got leather, you just drill a little hole and your notch will fit right in there and it can't come out. It's kind of neat. Closed off there. Little glow rod here. Got my tin in there. I'm still just kind of putting stuff in there. Got this guy here. I'm gonna put, it goes in the slot back here, but I'm probably gonna do my compass first before I put that on. That's where I'm at so far. Got my screwdriver tool over here, flashlight, Viking sharpener. Got that's a can opener, goes right through there. Still with the compass right here. And what's next? Oh yeah, I gotta put there's gonna be a lighter, I think. I'm gonna figure out where that's going exactly. Well, there's the rubber band I was telling you about that's for a suppressor. I gotta move that. I kinda like it like that, where it kind of sticks out a little bit. There we go. And I should move that up a little bit. It's always the little details. It's not going anywhere. There we go. That looks better. Give it some space between there. Yeah, that's all solid. Got that tied off there. This guy comes here. This locks the can opener and curves with the knife. Compared to the top of the sheep, see it curves. I intended for it to do all that. This will lay flat once it's around my neck. Plenty of tools going on. Now I just need to add the knife, take it outside, take a look at it, and yep. This thing is phenomenal out in the light. And that my dark, creepy work area. I pull it out here in the sunlight. Wow, it really is popping. That's a good looking sheath, man. Solid. Freaking crazy. I went ahead and put I did duct tape and then I seal it with inner tubes, but that is a mini Bic lighter. It's not very heavy. Very light setup. It's got all the gear. I mean, you could think of a few more things, but that about sums it up. Hey, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And God bless. Take care. Stay sane.